Thank you, Chairman Self and Ranking Member Keating, for holding today's hearing, and I want to thank you all for joining us today. Turkey has expressed its desire to have a close relations with both the West and the East, and it is first a NATO member that has openly asked to join BRICS, which is led by our adversaries, Russia and China. So I want to ask you, I'm going to direct this question to any one of you. What are the top drivers for Turkey's pursuit of BRICS membership or partner country status?
Briefly, thank you, Congresswoman. So I think that what Turkey often points to, I'm not advocating this, is the limitations of their integration in the European Union and the economic opportunities there. I don't necessarily think that that is a good argument for, as you point out, seeking deeper economic relations with America's two top strategic competitors, Russia and China, because the relationships of economic trade with Europe don't bring with them dependence and influence in a way that trade, investment, and economic entanglement with China and Russia do. And the United States should be very clear with Turkey that our own economic relations, our own integration in different industries would be limited.
Do you think Turkey's membership in BRICS or like Shanghai Cooperation Organization likely?
I don't know that, I think that Russia in particular would see that as a prize because of the influence. I think that it would extend China's influence in the European terrain, given that Europe itself is now quite resistant to Chinese influence in the economic sphere. So I do think it is a risk, and I think you put your finger on something important.
I think you wanted to add to that.
Yeah, I'd love to add this, that I believe that Turkey's dalliance on both sides of this equation reflects the President, Recep Tayyip Erdogan's deep discomfort with American values, with Western values. I don't think that he feels like he belongs there. This is a man who identifies very openly as an Islamist. This is a man who does not put a lot of faith in democracy, and you can see he's already testing the limits of the democracy in Turkey, and he's putting strain on the judiciary, putting strain on the media. I would actually argue that he's been eviscerating Turkey's democracy. It wasn't exactly strong to begin with, but it continues to weaken. This is driving Turkey into the hands of some of these other organizations populated by less liberal countries. You can see the alliances or the semi-alliances that Turkey has maintained with the likes of Iran over the years, or engaging in illicit financial activity with the Russians. This is a man who does not see himself squarely fitting within NATO, and that's why we are watching him stray into these other organizations.
Let me address this. I saw the Pew Research Center polling from 2024, where it says fewer than 20% of Turks have a favorable view of the United States, while their favorable rating of China is 30%, and their rating for Russia is 26%. So why do you think this is the case? And how can the U.S. gain greater favorability among the Turks?
Look, a lot of what we see right now is actually the result of the manipulation of the Turkish media, which is fully controlled or almost fully controlled by Recep Tayyip Erdogan. If you want to see some of the public sentiment begin to shift, maybe allow for more liberal media. Once upon a time, there was a lot more of it. Now there's not. I would say that is a major point of concern. But as for exactly why Turks feel the way they do, I think you'd have to ask the Turks.
And then they have more than 40% of Turks, they have a favorable view of NATO and the European Union. Why is that? Why do you think that's the case?
I think I wish it were higher. I think the favorable view is that in between. Turks see themselves also as European, and see the NATO alliance as contributing to Turkish security, although they have concerns about terrorism, but also the aspiration to play a role as a leading European country. So I think that that is rooted in the country, but it is also balanced by, I agree with Jonathan, by the views of having larger global aspirations as well.